So it's right around 7:30. I'm getting ready to start dinner here in a minute. Got a really nice cold bed, as you can see. So yeah, I'm gonna throw a grill on there and get the steak on there and eat my dinner. Alright, so there's the T-bone right there. I'm getting ready to put it on now. Alright, so I'm gonna let it go for about 5 minutes or so. And then I'll flip it. Alright, so I'm getting ready to flip this steak over. So about 3 or 4 minutes on this side, and I'll be ready to eat. Yeah, things looking good. Won't be long. Alright, so I'm getting ready to take the steak off now. It's done. I brought some paper plates. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna let it rest for a few, and then I'm gonna eat. So it's right around 8:30. Stoked the fire back up. I couldn't get the water to boil with just the coals, so I put a couple of them fire starters in there and got it going. Now it's pumping out a lot of heat now. That water's almost to a boil. And then I'm gonna have some coffee. The steak was pretty good. It wasn't it would have been better if I seasoned it. But it was kind of a rush getting out here this morning and all, and I just didn't get around to doing it. But it was still good, even without the seasoning. pretty good now. So it's like 25 after 9. The heat coming off of this thing is ridiculous. It's so hot I can't even hardly stand. I can't even hardly stand to sit here. I'm like way back here inside the shelter, and my leg is on. Feels like it's on fire. It's crazy. It's just I can't even hold my hand right here. It's like I'm cooking my hand. It's insane how much heat's coming out of that thing. I got coffee and oodles and noodles there. I'm gonna eat some of that hot and spicy beef flavor. They're ready now, actually, and you can see my coffee's ready too. So, yeah, this thing is working very well. You can see my bricks are all drying out. They're warm. They're pretty warm. I can't hold my. I can't even put my hand on it. I can't keep my hand on it anyway. So yeah, so far, and it's crazy because I can feel heat coming up behind the bed from underneath the bed, so it's working out that way as well. So yeah, as of right now, I'm very happy with this shelter. So how's this for wintertime camping? Tank top and flip-flops. And it's about 34 degrees out there right now. Inside here it's much warmer, as you can see. Ramen's done. I'm very hot. As you can see, I'm not shivering. It's a lot of heat coming off of that thing. I'm a little bit cold because I was just out there stoking up the fire and hooking you guys up, but I had to take all that stuff off sitting in here. It's just way too hot. And as soon as this thing flares back up, it's going to be too hot again. I'm going to help it along. Coffee's on. Yeah, that's good. I'm supposed to go down around 30 tonight, but I don't see that being a problem. What's up, y'all? So I really am just wearing a tank top right now. This fire is like It's so hot. And my feet are plenty warm. I've been barefoot for like 3 hours now. 3.5 hours, something like that. It's not, like I said, it's 9:30. And very warm and comfortable shelter. By far the warmest shelter I've ever been in my life. And this little patio thing that I've made down here is fantastic. It's just shooting the heat right up underneath the bed. And at the moment it's toasty. You know, I don't know how it's going to be when the fire goes out. Might be cold. I'm still kicking around the idea of burying those coals and maybe just closing this whole thing in over top of that. I don't know yet. But I don't know, I might just go with the super shelter deal and just try to go to sleep with a big coal bed. It should be pretty warm in here. And I still got a ton of firewood over there, so it should be all good. So it's 9:49. I closed myself in. Excuse me, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of sleep here. So I'll come back again if anything interesting happens. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. It's crazy warm. It's just crazy how warm it is in here. I think I really like this shelter. So it's 2:30. The fire's kicking now, so it's pretty warm in here. It's hot in here actually, but that's not gonna last. But yeah, this is turning out to be a very good shelter. By far the warmest shelter I've made yet, and the most comfortable too. I slept for a good 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3 hours, yeah. And comfortably. I could have kept sleeping, honestly. Underneath the down, I'm still barefoot because I never had to put my shoes back on. My feet are totally warm. And underneath the down and the wool, I was warm. The wool, you know, the wool blanket, and then the down inside. Like I made like a taco basically taco shell out of the wool blanket, and then put the down blanket inside with myself. And it was very warm. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the super shelter. I'm gonna continue to use this for winter camping. There's no comparison to staying warm, unless you're gonna use, you know, hot rocks and all that kind of stuff. And then I still want to try the fire bed. I didn't do it tonight because I thought the soil was a little bit too wet and it might just put the coals out too fast. But that's something I'm going to definitely try. I'm probably in the same spot I'm in right now because this is the perfect soil for it. The rocks, everything's there. The sandy soil, the rocks, everything. It's couldn't get a better soil for it, in my opinion. Good morning, y'all. It's 6:30 a.m. I made it through the night. The shelter worked out very well, and I was pretty warm all night. I mean, it got, you know, when the fire went out, it got chilly, but with the down comforter and the wool blanket, I'm toasty. I could stayed out here all night without a fire, no problem. Still all night long, barefoot all night.
The only problem I did have with the blanket is it kept sliding off of me. I gotta figure out a way to keep it around my feet because it kept sliding. It would pull off of my feet when I pulled it up around my upper body, and then when I put it around my feet, it would pull off of my upper body. It was just, this thing is slippery. But I'm gonna figure something out. Very comfortable though. Good night. I know it's cold out there. I haven't been out there yet. But I'm getting ready to go out there because nature is a calling. I'm gonna start breaking this thing down soon.
So it's about 6:40, and it was a very good night, very comfortable, warm all night. The super shelter worked out great. When the fire was going, it had to be over 80 degrees in there. It was one point where I was just tank top and no blanket or anything, just tank top and pants, and I was hot. But even without the fire, with the combination of the wool blanket and the down feather blanket, I was very warm last night. And the bricks are holding heat now, so my feet are actually still warm right now. I never had to put my shoes on all night. So it was a very good night, very comfortable. The little brick patio thing here worked out great. It channeled the heat right underneath of this bed. I could feel the heat coming out from behind on the back side of the bed all night when the fire was going. And it was a great night. And I appreciate you guys joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So it's 7:36, and got it all cleaned up. I want to leave that frame. I like that frame. I think I'm going to use it again. And I also really like the fire setup that I had. I like the entire thing. The only thing I would have made it a little bit heavier poles for the frame overhead, but I had used everything strong enough to hold my weight for the bed in this immediate area. So that was it. I mean, there was other stuff, but it was soaking wet. Everything was so wet yesterday. It was just wasn't a good day to find building material. But yeah, I like this. I like this whole setup. And geese are, they land over that way. I'm gonna try to show you guys. I tried to show you the last time, and my video thing malfunctioned. It was taping everything upside down, and I have no clue as to why. But so I'm gonna try to show you again this time. Yeah, I just meant to tell you too, I still got a ton of firewood left too. I got way more firewood than I ended up needing, which is a good thing. I just heard somebody over that way shooting off bottle rockets. Just heard the second one on the other side of the river. There's some houses on the other side of the river, about a mile or so away. I'm gonna try to sneak up on these geese. So I'm getting ready to come out to the river. See a bunch of them flying though, so I don't know, they might not be in the water anymore. But I'm still gonna go up on it quietly, just in case. They're not the ones I was hoping to see. They like to sit down here in the river at night and sleep, I guess, or whatever they do at night. I don't know if they sleep or just relax and chill out. And I don't know what the hell they do, but they sit in the water down here at night. because there's a nice little hidden area over here that nobody can really get to them at. Yeah, it's over there in that corner. They're not there though. Yeah, they like to sit over there. And I've seen hundreds of them in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next time. And next time I think I'm gonna do a survival scenario. I'm not sure which one yet. There's a couple of ideas I've been thinking about. But yeah, I look forward to it, and see you guys again soon. Thanks for joining me.